So today's session is gonna follow a slightly different format. I was just explaining the format to our new participant, and excuse me, uh, it's usually a talk, but for talk, then meditation, then share. Today, we're going to do away with too much talking, on the basis that we are talking about being in the body, feeling what's happening, rather than thinking about what's happening. Because we're all very, very good at thinking. What we think is kind of irrelevant in this case, but we're spending most of our time, I guess, in our minds. We're filtering the world through our past and future. We're actually imagining a future or looking back mentally into the past, wanting to change it. And there's benefits to that, but the kind of summary I like is, are we using our minds or is our mind using us? And sometimes it can be the mind using us, which doesn't give us a great sense of autonomy in the world, or doesn't feel too good, especially when the mind, as we know, is kind of predisposed to focus on negative things to keep us safe. And while there's benefits to using the mind and, being creative and that sort of thing, there's also a lot of benefits to letting go of it and becoming more present in the body. Now, with any kind of bodily based meditation, we may encounter sensations, emotions, experiences that we don't want to see or don't want to feel, don't want to know about. And it's up to each of us to navigate this meditation in our own way. My voice and speaking is purely guidance. If you feel like, oh, we're going into that area of the body and that area of the body doesn't feel good to me because of something, then please, work to your own level of comfort. We don't mind a little challenge, sitting with discomfort can be beneficial, but going to somewhere where perhaps there's a bit of trauma or, something that's out of our range, then there's no need to try and overcome everything. So navigate sensitively, navigate with kindness. My guidance will be here to follow. No doubt, as I do with any guided meditation, our attention will wave in and out, and that's perfectly normal. So as that happens, if we're noticing that the mind has wandered, we appreciate the moment of awareness of recognizing that. That's really powerful. That's present moment awareness. That's the akin to waking up out of the dream. We've gone from automatic thinking, lost in thought, into, I'm meditating. And just pick up the meditation where it is currently at. There are no wrong turns. There's no set path for this meditation to follow. We are open and curious to what's happening, what's changing in the moment. So I'd like us all just to begin with a little exercise, really, but it involves us closing our eyes if we're comfortable to do that. And I do want us to remember something. I want us to remember the last time something nice happened, something pleasant. And I'd like us to see what was pleasant about it. And I'm not looking for a description. We're looking to the body. Words are secondary to direct experience. They're labels. They're describing something that is already here. So this pleasant experience is often felt rather than thought. So can we open up to the experience of this memory, opening up fully in the body, and then when we're ready, letting go of that memory, but staying with the sensations in the body, whether they connected to that memory or not. There is a field of sensations available to us in this moment. So we're becoming aware of the whole body, from the tips of our toes to the tops of our head, from the left side to the right side, from the front to the back, from the inside to the outside. And noticing the breath in the body as sensations. Perhaps even dropping the label breath and just experiencing this phenomenon. What is the word breath pointing to? And feeling into this body, directly in this moment. Noticing sensations around the area of the nose, allowing the body to soften and receive the breath all the way down into the belly. We may notice that the breath deepens and softens as we observe it. We're not forcing the breath. we're being at one with the breath. Where do we feel the breath the most in the body? What's the most obvious sensation? And we can notice that the mind will always have something to say. Some questions to ask, some doubts. So if we notice the mind coming up in any particular kind of story mode or narrative or descriptions, we simply learn to let go of that and come much closer to the direct experience of the breath, the sensation. And we will explore different parts of the body alongside the breathing. And we do it with no judgment, simply allowing this moment to appear as it is. Noticing the feet, if they're touching the ground or any clothing. Not thinking about the feet, but feeling the feet. The sensations may be obvious, they may be more subtle, and there may be even a blank or an unknown vacant sensation. So whether it's blank, tingly, throbbing, sore, can we feel deeper into that sensation? Allow those sensations to expand. The body doesn't judge. So if we find ourselves comparing, analysing or judging, we know our attention has moved closer to the mind, the computer. And it's the difference between reading the word orange and tasting the word, or tasting the fruit orange. Thinking about our feet as opposed to feeling them. And perhaps we can move that awareness from the feet with a breath into the legs, the lower leg, the upper leg, the left leg, the right leg. Allowing whatever sensations are here to arise, to fall, to stay. Maybe it's temperature that we're noticing. Maybe it's a vibration, a pulsing. Noticing the presence in our hips, in our seat, pelvis area. Not comparing, simply feeling what's here. And as the mind inevitably wanders into story mode, into processing, into future or past, we simply notice that the mind has wandered, that this is normal. And we do our best just to drop back into this body that's here. And we may need to do this every couple of seconds. Noticing the mind has wandered, bringing it back to the body. Noticing the mind has wandered, bringing it back to the body. So moving into the upper body through the belly, the whole sort of lower belly and lower back area. Anything below the ribs, really. Noticing any activity, any movement. We're bringing a gentle awareness to the body. No demands need to be made. We're just allowing and inviting what's already here to be here. Moving from the belly to the rib cage. The rib cage and the chest. Noticing without labeling or judging the movements, the sensations, the space, the density, the weight. Including the shoulders and the arms all the way down to the hands, feeling the presence of these long parts of our body just hanging off the side of us. The weight of them. Any tingling. And the sensations in our hands constant or fluctuating. And if we feel directly into the hand without any thinking at all, can we actually determine the shape of it? Does the sensations of the hands actually have a shape? Does it have edges? Allowing those sensations to expand, filling the space. Moving back up the arms, into the shoulders, back into the area of the neck, the throat, sides of the neck, up into the ears, the head, the back of the head and the face. Getting a general feeling of what it's like to have this round thing resting on the body. Some of us will notice sensations in the area of the lips, the nose, the eyes, as a form of aliveness. And feeling into the response to this question. Where are these sensations appearing? And not expecting an answer in words. Bringing awareness again to the breath directly, noticing air coming in the nose, filling the space of the body, before we release it back into the space around us. Becoming aware of the whole body as it is, not how we want it to be. And as a way of closing the practice today, offering ourselves a gesture of kindness, perhaps really feeling into the touching of the heart with the hand, noticing that warmth, breathing that warmth into the rest of the body. And compassionate phrase to accompany this might be, I forgive you, I love you, I have time for you. I accept you. Allowing ourselves to be accepted, allowing our body, in whatever state it's in, to be forgiven, including our emotions. And when we connect deeply with the body, when we connect deeply with the body, we're present in love, in forgiveness, in acceptance, just experiencing this moment without the filter of the mind. And as the bell rings, you might be invited to start to move the body in a gentle way. Taking some deeper than usual breaths. And in our own time, letting in the light again, opening the eyes.